They trying. They might have got me too. Fuck. And what I didn't do, I will do. Because I'll go straight to it. It's deleted. Oh, Instagram. When will you learn? It's 10:06. I can cut my music up. 6. Bitch, don't play with me the wrong way. Matter of fact, no, I like the quality is better. We gonna stay right here, then I'll just upload it. It's only a 20-minute video. I'm damn sure I ain't finna take no 20 gigs in 20 minutes. Not on this camera. Let me see. Safari. Big timers. There go. Vibe presents Tupac's Lost interview. That's how I'm tagging you, you bitch you. I own the rights to this because I own the rights to everything.
Just remember that right here, I could have been doing something with a lot of curses in it, and I wouldn't have rhymed with all our vibes to the last word. It'd been a whole bunch of motherfucking rock-a-rocks. But I ain't gonna do that for the kids out there, so I changed. But, vibe on live. So imagine it was a rap on the back of that. Vibe on live. Let's see. If God give me breath for 20 more years, I see myself changing the world. Because my thought patterns are so opposite of what's the norm. So I'll have to change the world, or I have to be changed by the world.
How does it work with Suge and West Coast for you? And a lot of your East Coast fans feel like your new allegiance to the West Coast has felt, a lot of them feel maybe not as well East Coast anymore.
That's so nonsense. Poppycock. Because this is not a new allegiance to the West Coast. I've been on the West Coast all this time. It's just because some people, not all, some people on the East Coast be on their dick so hard that they never heard me say that I'm living on the West Coast. It's just that by me keeping it real, I always said where I came from. I always gave New York their props. On Me Against the World, I took a whole song to give it up. So now on the next album, when I want to give it up from my home, where I'm at, everybody got a problem? Why they don't have no problem with Biggie saying Brooklyn in the house every fucking show he do? Why they don't have a problem with Bronx and Boom? They just did a Sprite commercial off the bridge and KRS. Why is it not hip hop when I do it? Well, I mean, goddamn. Why is it suddenly a nigga tripping when I do it? Why everybody else could have war, have beef within the music, talk about differences, and it's okay, it's music, it's hip hop, it's groundbreaking. When I do it, it's war. And that's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is saying I'm tired of you talking about where you from. And if that's what we're gonna do now, because we was doing it like hip hop was one nation. And I have proof to say what I was doing. I did more for the East Coast than the East Coast did. I put more guns in East Coast niggas' hands than East Coast niggas did when they came out here. I put the niggas on the more weed gates and weed spots and safe havens and safe spots than the East Coast did. I put more rappers on than they did. I gave Biggie his first shows. I was the one I was that bridge that niggas used to walk on to get over here. I explained it. I'm the one that told you. I'm why all these niggas run around with a gangbang on their payroll now.
Is there still a beef going on with you and Biggie?
It was never a beef. It's only a difference in opinion. Right. To me, if I like my homeboy Suge gave me the best advice I could ever get from anybody. He said, when people ask him if he's beefing with Bad Boy, with Puffy, he says like me going to a playground and picking on a little kid.
Right.
Well, that's like me being mad at my little brother because he getting cash now. I'm not mad at that. I'm just mad at my little brother when he don't respect me.
Yeah,
and when you don't respect me, I'm gonna spank your ass. I don't give a fuck how rich you got on the block. I'm your big brother. I will break your big ass down.
Elijah.
And that's my only point. And I feel as though he wronged me. you got out of hand and you're wrong, but you got seduced by the power. Not because it's an evil person, but because money is evil if it's not handled right. If you lose your composure, you can do anything.
You lose your composure, you can do anything.
Fear got stronger than love.
Job.
And niggas did things that they know they weren't supposed to do.
Fear got stronger than money. Niggas did things they know they weren't supposed to do.
They can't sleep.
Job.
That's why they telling all the reporters and all the people, why they doing this? They fucking up hip-hop. Because they have. They can't make money. They can't go anywhere. They can't look at themselves because they know the prodigal son has returned. I'm alive. The ghost is walking around. You know what I mean? And I'm alive talking. In jail, I didn't talk. I made peace. Now, everybody that thinks that I disrespected or I love my East Coast fans. I'm from there. I'm eating New York pizza. I drive New York Jeeps. Want to hear New York. But I'm saying, let's keep it real for a second. If you have the love of music that you are, study. Go back and study. Study how party and bullshit was me before I met Biggie. You don't hear my style in this rap. Study how after I met Biggie, Ready to Die come out, his whole style changed. Study. Study why I would be mad. Study why I would be mad when half of New York, half of the major New York rappers, or they managers, or they agents, or they somebody was there when I got shot. And nobody could give me no information. Just study that. Study how when Wu-Tang got their chain snatched at 6'6" Deuce, I not only found who did it, but gave them the message that if they want to see the niggas that did it, they can see them. Man to man. Just you and them. No guns, no nothing. If you feel like that. That's all I ask for. That's all I ask for. If you're going to act like you a gangster or a G or the king of New York, I'm going to expect that. And when you don't come through, then I'm going to crush your empire. And that's what it's time for.
So, do you think Puffy was involved in your shooting?
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time we say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that makes this become an issue to everybody. Because you see what I said in the Vibe article. I basically bowed out and was going to go ahead about my life. The next issue, that wasn't even the next issue because them cowards waited about 4 issues before they got their story together. 4 issues later, half of New Yorkers commenting on me getting shot. And before, they was all like, we didn't see nothing. In the first issue, read it, Vibe viewers. Nobody seen shit. The 4th issue, when they came back with a reply, everybody knew what I did. They knew what I said. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times in acts? Oh, I didn't get shot 5 times in their vision. I only got shot once because they found the bullet. The police found it, but now they the cops. Now they doing detective work. They found the bullet. Oh, you found the bullet, huh?
Oh, you found the bullet,
So what is this other shit in me then? What was the doctors talking about? What? Can you explain these other holes in me?
That's comedy.
But I get gunpowder all over me.
I get gunpowder all over me.
That insulted my intelligence. So
shit.
yes, I did say Thug Life was dead. Yes, I bowed out all of that. But when they said that, they breathed new life in me. And Thug Life not only became a rap group, but it became a way of life for life for me. Because they disrespected me, my name, my family, what I had been through. They said that I couldn't be in pain. I could not feel. I could not be hurt. And my moment of pain, when I was shot 5 times in jail for a crime I didn't commit, while every other black person, whoever they was fucking babies in the ass or killing bitches and cutting them in 50 pieces, these niggas got support. I go to jail for a crime. Everybody know I did not commit. Get shot 5 times, and I'm getting raped in jail, wounded, wompy. They just saying anything to assassinate my character. What that showed me, remember this lack of a conscience when I come out. Remember this lack of mercy when I come out. Remember this lack of compassion when I come out. But now I come out, everybody want to calm down and relax and forget what you said. Donnie Simpson was on TV in front of bars like this going, who am I? Tupac. But I'm wrong. You feel me? Niggas is hypocrites. You read I gave my whole soul to you motherfuckers and said, yo, I'm through. I just want to chill. I just want to live right. And motherfuckers took shots from every direction. They thought that meant that I'm gay now. He fuck me in the ass now. So, okay, you want to see some macho shit? I'm the most macho nigga out here. I thought you niggas knew. I'm the most thuggish nigga out here. I'm I have no motherfucking fear. I have no fear. I have only ambition, and I want mine, and I will do anything to protect and feed my family. And these niggas represent a threat. Because I worked too hard on this. And as far as hip-hop and all of that, I feel as though I'm not the god of hip-hop, but what we do on the West Coast, I sold 5 million in 2 months. Biggie album been out 2 years. He's barely touching 2 million. This nigga that had 50 remixes, 1,000. He got everybody in New York in his videos and still barely touching 2 million. I've been out 2 months. My shit sold 5 million with 2 videos out. I'm just starting. These niggas can't touch us. They can't. They can't. Really, it's funny.
I think the new era of rap is like non-thug life or whatever, like where you see it.
That's what they want to do.
Okay.
That's what they want to do because now everybody is shell-shocked and they having trauma. We've been having traumatic nights always. I want to get away from it a lot. I tried to get away from it, but you can't. That's what they taught me. The streets didn't teach me that thug life can never die. The world taught me that. I thought I could retire and move on. When I moved on to the so-called real world, the civilized world, these motherfuckers is worse than the niggas in the streets. They was telling me I had little girls writing to me crying, saying you got raped in jail, I'm so sorry. That shit right there is what will fuel the anger that will never die. I had to write letters to 1,000 little kids explaining to them that I would be dead before a motherfucker would rape me, and you know that. So, as far as everybody, there is no mercy in my heart. You know what I mean? I'm not out here on no wild shit like I was before. This is not the same Tupac. Believe me. I'm just very pissed off. And don't think because you see me at an award show smiling or giving away an award or because I don't fight at this time, that don't mean I ain't mad. I'm pissed off. And they say, don't tell me ain't nothing wrong and we should all be together and woo 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 because y'all niggas ain't getting no more money. You ain't getting no money because I made it that way.
You have groups coming out and producing?
Yeah, the Outlaws.
Oh, really?
I murdered Thug Life and gave birth to the Outlaws. I murdered Thug Life. The niggas ain't act right. I murdered all of them. As far as the music business. And I gave birth to the Outlaws. And they all blood relatives. Now I got a military, not mob like Italians, but mob like we've been mob orientated all our lives. Fuck that shit they be telling me about because everybody's saying because we choose to be organized now that we are emulating Italians and we should emulate Italians because they don't like us. Motherfuckers got twisted. You know what I mean? We got organization because we peep game. And it's not the mob really that we seeing, it's really the government. They the biggest mob. That's who we study. Governments. Just like me, they say this guy's Mr. Duplicity. He's always saying this good shit to the females, and he say, oh, and this and that. See, that's where you're wrong. First, you tell all the niggas, they tell him too short, but he never say nice shit. And they telling him he's a horrible person. I say one bad shit on one side, a good shit on the other side, and I'm Mr. Duplicity. What does the world want? They have to sit their politically correct ass down and figure out what it is they want. Because they bullshit. All the time. I'm really into books. I'm into the part. Right now, I'm into Mastering the Art of War, The Art of War. I just found all these new books. Thoughts of a General, How to Win an Argument Every Time, The Buying of a President. What's that book I got? The Russian guy? Stalin. I got that. Christopher Donner book. You'll Never Work Again in Hollywood. Whatever that is, when they talk about all the people that slept together. I'm reading that. A lot of different things, but mostly shit on what built generals and what made countries and what I want to read what Clinton did. Because he does the same shit I do, but don't, get in trouble. All his homeboys commit suicide. He get caught with his pants down in the bathroom, and this nigga is still the president. I got women marching outside my shows. This nigga's the fucking president. I'm 24, he's 40. What's his excuse?
You expect Sadia?
Who?
Sadia?
Yeah.
Aside from the fame and the money, what do you think you can offer someone in a relationship?
I believe that, I always discuss this, I feel like I'm one of the old-fashioned type of guys, where as soon as I find me a woman that doesn't mind the fact that I want to be in charge, and that I believe that, just like with the yin and yang, there's a masculine and feminine, I believe in that in a relationship. I believe that most of our problems as black people and as people in general is that we've forgotten our roles. The men have forgotten their roles as men. Therefore, the women have forgotten their roles. And that's where we get all this duplicity in love thinking and duplicity in sexuality is because we've forgotten our roles and we're willing to settle for less. Not that they're not legitimate people who really do like this style, but a lot of it right now is just this niggas ain't shit. So I want simplicity. You know what I mean? And the niggas just being like, you know, these black bitches ain't shit, won't, or these white bitches ain't shit, won't. And for me, I can't do that. I can't turn my love off for a woman, no matter if they send me to jail and they talk shit, they really do piss me off. But I still can't love a man. I still love women. I still get excited when it comes to the room and all that. So I feel as though what I can offer is my viewpoint, who I am, my style, my lifestyle. And that I believe in my heart that I'm a man's man. I'm a man's not made myself. I'm a millionaire by my own hands, you know what I mean? I fight for myself. I been fighting for myself. I'm a struggler, a striver. I take care of my family. I take everything that you want, I do. You know what I mean? It's just that I'm real. So I'm not politically correct, but I'm still a man's man. And I believe in family values.
What type of woman would it take?
A very, very, very strong woman. And one who was more in love with me than I was. Because I have to be more in love with her than she is. And that's what it is. Every time I fall in love with a woman, I don't fall in love with the woman she is. I fall in love with the woman that she could be. I haven't found a woman yet that fits up to my standards. And I'm sure I don't fit up to anybody's standards. But I haven't found one yet. But I found ones that I think that have the potential to be the rawest woman in the world. You know what I mean? I feel like it's natural for a man, especially being black, to feel like he's a king and he's looking for his queen. And that's where I'm at right now. You can't be a king until you've made yourself, until you've done something. And I've accomplished my goals. My goals are set out to make me a man. Now I feel like I'm a man now. I set out goals to make me a king. Now I feel not a king of anybody else but me. You know, nobody else is under my rule but me and my kids. You know what I mean? But I made myself into a king. Now I need a queen to be happy so that I can be a teacher and a father. I can't be that until I find a queen. So I'm stuck. Hey man, bring my little homie home. He is not old enough to hang out with you. I was home. I went to the gas station to wait for y'all. Y'all kept going. So then I went behind you and kept going behind you. When I came behind you, you already went to your house. When I came into my house, what you saying? Huh? At your house. Oh, what you did? You ain't seen it. You ain't seen it. Excuse me. Sit my little homie on. Put him in the cab or something. I'm not doing that at 2 o'clock.
Glad you want to hit this.
Alright. Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah. I'm here too, though. 106. So, can you sit a nigga on? You want me to tell him that? I will tell him that. I'll put that in the interview. So, can you sit alone? Huh? Come on, man. The batteries is running out. Cause, man, we got some work to do. You know I gotta go back to the movie set tomorrow. I got but today to work today. Yeah, I'm trying to rush the studio. So get that left for me, please. Alright, stop bullshit, man. Put him in the cab.
We gonna boil it and sit down.
Alright, nigga. I know you're talking to the kids. You sit in there going
grab it. Water out the
Alright.
front of the house.
Nah, don't give him no card. Put him in the cab. Put him in the cab, man. Stay crazy for me. Yeah. Come on, man.
What?
Wow.
Huh?
That ain't crazy. We're coughing all over the phone and shit. You trying to take a move to Vegas. Nigga can't get no casinos. They gave what, 12? Times he go to Vegas. Till I said, no, we going swimming. That nigga can't swim. I said, nigga got homework to the law. Because Phantom coming, the move gonna be gone.
No, you have a choice.
I know. Oh, no. Unless you take all y'all, that's how I'm one of them parents. We'll take one of our kids out, take all of the babies. Don't just take the cute little ones. Yeah, we're doing one right now. Tim Ross and Tandy New called Gridlock.
Oh, what's coming out?
It should be out in January, February. We're doing the soundtrack too.
Really? You feel more positive about that?
Very, very positive. Great. It's going to be something totally different. Hopefully, this will do something for me. You know what I mean? It's a shame. If nothing else, at best, it'll just prove I can show up on the set on time and still have an hour and sell 5 million and doing my shit.
Congratulations on that.
And still be pushing this thing and still be doing that. And show just that I work hard. If nothing else, to show why I should not be in jail. Because in a little bit of time that I've been out, I'll make these things for sure. I don't need to be in jail. You can still rehabilitate my ass right out here, with everybody else. Because it's the money that rehabilitate me, not the jail.
Okay. What about father figures? You don't hear much about it. You speak about your mother a lot, but about your father. Do you have a relationship with him?
I thought my father was dead all my life.
Really?
Except after I got shot, I looked up and this nigga was dead on me. And he was my father, so I found out. We still ain't take no blood test, but I mean, the nigga looked like me. And the other nigga is dead. So to me, it's like I'm past the father thing. You know what I mean? But I do want to know him, and I do know him. We do talk. We did have me when I was locked down. He did come visit me, and it's all love. But I'm past that.
What religion are you?
I'm the religion that, to me, is the realest religion that is. I believe in God. I try and pray to God every night as I pass out.
Right.
And I think that's the fucking, and to me, religion, my idea of religion is this. I think that if you, I learned this in jail, because I talked to every guy there was in jail. I think that if you take one of the O's out of good, it's God. If you add a D to evil, it's the devil. I think some cool motherfucker sat down a long time ago and said, let's figure out a way we can control motherfuckers. And that's what they came up with, is the Bible. Because if the guy wrote the Bible, I'm sure it would have been a revised copy by now. You know what I mean? Because a lot of shit has changed. And I've been looking for this revised copy, and I don't see it. I still see that same old copy that they had from then. And I'm not disrespecting anybody's religion. Please forgive me if it comes off like that. I'm just stating my opinion. I feel like we get crucified. I mean, the Bible's telling us all these people did this because they suffered this much. That's what makes them special people. I got shot 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? And I got crucified to the media. You know what I mean? And I walked through with the thorns on me. And I had shit thrown on me. And I had the thief at the top. I told that nigga I'll be back for you. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, this is not supposed to be going down. I'll be back. So I'm not saying I'm Jesus, but I'm saying that we go through that type of thing every day. We don't part the Red Sea, but we walk through the hood without getting shot. You know what I mean? We don't turn water to wine, but we turn motherfucking dope fiends and dope heads into productive citizens into society. You know what I mean? We turn money. We turn words into money. You know what I mean? What greater gift can there be? So I believe God blesses us. I believe God blesses those that hustle, those that use their mind, and those that overall are righteous. I believe that your karma, everything that you do bad comes back to you. So anything that I'm doing that's bad, I'm going to have to suffer for. But in my heart, I think what I'm doing is right. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm going to heaven. You know what I mean? And I think heaven is just, when you sleep with a good conscience. You don't have nightmares. And hell is when you sleep, the last thing you see is all the fucked up things you did in your life. And you just see it over and over again. Because you don't burn. Because if that's the case, it's hell on earth. Because bullets burn. You know what I mean? These people that got burned in fires, that means they went to hell already. You know what I mean? All that is here. So what else? What do you got there that we ain't seen here? What, you gonna walk around aimlessly, that zombie? Nigga, that's here. You ain't been on the streets lately? You know what I mean? But heaven is now. Look, we sitting up here, little big screen. It's heaven for the moment. You know what I mean? Heaven's jail. I seen that one. Trust me, this is what's real. And all that other shit is to control you. If the churches took half the money that they was making and gave it back to the community, we'd be alright. If they take half the buildings that they use to praise God and gave it to motherfuckers who need God, we'd be alright. We'd be alright. Have you seen some of these goddamn churches lately? It's ones that take up the whole block in New York. It's homeless people out here. letting them stay there? Why these niggas got gold ceilings and shit? Why God need gold ceilings to talk to me? Why do God need colored windows to talk to me? Why God can't come where I'm at, where he sent me? If God wanted to talk to me in a pretty spot like that, why the hell he sent me here then? You know what I mean? That make ghetto kids not believe in God. Why? So that's a wrong religion. I believe in God. I believe God put us wherever we want to be at. Then it makes sense that God will put us in the ghetto. That means he wants us to work hard to get up out of here. That means he's testing us even more. That makes sense. It makes sense that if you're good in your heart, then you're closer to God. But if you're evil, then you're close to the devil. That makes sense. I see that every day. All that other spooky shit don't make sense. And I don't even believe, I'm not dissing it, but I don't believe in the brothers. I was in jail with them and having conversations with brothers on God. God opened the gate for me. You know how far the sun is and how far the moon is? How the hell do I pop this fucking gate and get me free up out of here? Then I'll be a 5% for life.
What hospital was you talking about?
Oh, that wasn't a hospital.
Okay, give me the background, what you were saying.
But it's in the hospital district.
If you set the record straight,
What was that?
Tupac, this interview is not
On
about
your
your
computer? Or it's
trial,
on your phone?
your court appeals.
It's on the computer.
It is about Tupac, the interman, then and now. Since your period of incarceration in Clinton,
Just pause. We're gonna play that one after. That's the one in the Clinton Correctional Facility.
I don't know, it just say NYS docs.
NY? Yep.
Wrong.
Picture, yep. We got like picture of the builder and shit in there.
Nah, I got his mug shot up right now.
With a little afro.
Nah, he ain't got no hair.
Alright, fuck it.
But George R. Brown Convention Center, I remember was utilized like as a relief center. So how he's saying like how them churches and these hospitals and all these people should get together and try to formulate some kind of system to help our economy. They're not going to do that because, of course, you know, certain people can go to the hospital like we just talked about insurance. They know homeless people that don't have no insurance, so they're not even going to be priority unless they got breathing problems or unless they have a heart condition. There's no way that, you know, they're going to take out the time to help these people that really need the help the most.
So as we start getting money and get this covering, we have to figure out what it costs and then have that a recurring payment as their first credit card.
Okay.
And they secure card so they are covered.
Uh-huh.
And then they have at least minimum $100 or $200, so about $500 each on a secure credit card.
Okay.
Is really
Right.
what they need.
That's their only limit anyways, because that's given automatically through them. They have 1 month to pay that debt back,
What you mean?
so that it won't count. You open a savings account with them.
Right.
You don't have no job, you don't have no money. Fuck it, I just need $200 so I can make it until next month. Message, I can go to my credit union, and since I have a relationship with you, you'll give me the $200 and allow me 30 days to pay myself back. And if not, then I either acquire more interest towards myself for not paying it back, or I can get my account either closed or penalized because I'm not, you know, taking responsibility for my actions.
What I said I was going to.
Heard. And then that way, say if you have a $500 limit and all you're borrowing towards that is $150, take the $150 that you're borrowing from them, well, let's just do $200 and put it on the secured credit card through that credit union and just pay yourself back simultaneously. They're going to make sure it's done because you only have a savings account.
So what did I tell Miriam? Something similar like that last night.
We told her to make sure that she cancels
People
out.
might not get to that for a long time because at the end of you sleeping.
Right. I mean, because we don't realize how much we actually spend. Like, these banks have so many loopholes and fine prints and fees that you can never keep up. They're going to have to make their money. All you're doing is storing your money there. So how are they going to benefit by paying all their tellers and paying their light bill if the only thing that they're doing is holding your money? Storage units really don't make much, but they make all the money in the world because as soon as you don't pay your bill, guess what? They're entitled to all of your assets. Now they have the ability to take everything that you had and sell it for their profit. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's like it's a food chain, nigga. Either you
talk about when you sign it up for that program.
either you gonna continue to be a consumer as a bottom feeder, or you gonna get the eagle-eyed view. You know, people like, especially of color, we weren't taught, you know, to go into banks and make, you know, divine connections so that you can have a relationship with people who are handling your money. We wasn't taught that. We was taught to go to school, but our parents never had, you know, full educations, or they didn't do those things. So why the fuck would I do it?
Right.
It worked out for you.
That's
You're an
why
awesome
50,
person.
60-something years old, and you're so scared about credit cards.
A credit card,
And
girl.
She wants to use all her fucking money.
I know. She didn't have too many properties.
She still got debt and wants to still use her money to clear her debt.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
That's fucked up.
That is.
That the world didn't punked you into this fucking corner.
Mm-hmm. But they really didn't, because look what she does. She still gives back to the community, you know?
And when I asked her without any context to help me build prisons, what'd she say?
She said, yeah.
So no matter what, she knew that it would be good.
Right. Yep.
Because she ain't with that bullshit.
Right, that part. It's about the children. She genuinely cares. You know, For Color Girls was a really good movie for me. Even though it was very, very eye-opening.
Never seen it.
Oh, jeez. I could sit here and eat some some sherbet and some ketos to that shit. Like, when I tell you, like, the illustration of that is what happens in everyday life with shit. Ain't nobody talking about it. Everybody hiding shit. And until you get to that rooftop and everybody sit together, you know, those people like genuinely care, man. This lady was trying to conceive kids with her husband, and she was a social worker, and she watched 2 children be thrown and murdered by their father because he was so fucked up with PTSD from the military. Couldn't get no help. I'm like, you killed both of your kids, nigga. You just throw them away out the fucking window.
That ain't a cry for help.
Baby, that lady was so upset with herself and felt guilty because she was their caseworker. So of course she noticed he was drinking. You know, of course she noticed his temper, but shit, that was only her first visit. So by the time she could even get back, them kids was already in danger. The neighbor tried to tell her.
How many times have you seen Miss Thomas, your caseworker?
Mine, I haven't, but I will see her real soon in conversation.
That's the 4 Color Girl story?
Yeah.
So it sounds like your story, so what the fuck is your story and why I said that?
I mean, my story is their story. Every character, every single woman in that particular setting was me at one point in my life, and I'm only 30 years old.
Now pause right there, stop that video and then start it again. Because that's one part